Heroes, it's Teacher Maya. It's so great to be with you heroes this week. Today, we have a special episode about the fruit of the Spirit. But before we get into that, I wanted to share how much we miss you. Next Gen wanted to share how much we love and miss you, so we did some surprise visits. Do you want to see? Honk alert. It was so great to see your smiling faces. We wanted to practice our lesson from Teacher D on joy, and I hope that it brought a little bit of joy into your day. I know it brought joy to mine. Until next time, Teacher Maya out.
Hey Hope City Heroes, are you ready for this week's challenge? All you're going to need for this challenge is some paper, a marker, and a blindfold. We will be doing a blindfold drawing challenge. I decided that I wanted to do 3 levels, so we have easy, medium, and hard. For easy, you can either choose to draw a heart or a diamond or anything really. And for medium, you can draw either a flower or a tree or something similar. And for hard, you can try drawing some animals like an elephant and a pig. I think I'm gonna choose hard. Now I'm gonna try to do an elephant. So get your blindfold ready, and you have 60 seconds to try and draw the picture you chose. Are you ready? Set, go! Look at mine. That does not look like an elephant to me. I can't wait to see you guys try this challenge because that sure took a lot of patience. Don't forget to send us your videos if you do try it at team@newmovement.church.
Hi Hope City Heroes, it's time for our hero highlight. We've been learning about the fruit of the Spirit. Do you remember what those are? If you don't, that's okay. We're going to continue to learn about them. You can find it in Galatians chapter 5 verses 22 and 23, and it says, "But the Holy Spirit produces this kind of fruit in our lives: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control." We already learned about love, joy, and peace. So patience and kindness are the ones that are next. Can you tell me what patience means? Well, patience is waiting for something. And sometimes waiting isn't the easiest or the funnest thing. I know as I'm cooking sometimes, my girls will come in the kitchen and say, that smells delicious. I can't wait to have dinner. And it can be hard because the food can smell so delicious and you just want to eat it at that very moment. But you can't eat it because it's not fully cooked yet. So we just have to wait and wait and wait until finally it's all ready and we can eat. And then that's the best part because we waited and now we get something great out of it. I'll tell you about a hero in the Bible who shows a great example of patience. There was a man named Jacob who had so many sons, and one of them, his name was Joseph. Joseph's brothers did not like Joseph because they thought that Joseph was his father's favorite. His father even made him this beautiful robe of many, many colors. You probably heard the story. Now, fast forwarding a little bit, Joseph's brothers wanted to hurt him and get rid of him because they were that jealous of his brother. So they chose to sell Joseph and lie to their father of how he disappeared. You can imagine how Joseph felt. He must have been really hurt and heartbroken because his brothers sold him. But during the time that he was in Egypt, he actually became super successful and helped out the king. And later on, during the years of famine, Joseph was put in charge of the grain that was available in Egypt. One day, his family was in great need of food, so his brothers traveled to Egypt to find some. But it was a great surprise to the brothers because they had no idea that Joseph was the one in charge of all the food, and that he actually would be the one that provided for them. Now I can imagine Joseph could have been angry because of what his brothers had done to him. He could have been upset throughout this entire time, but instead of being upset during his life in Egypt, he faithfully worked and had a good attitude and became friends with the king. And God was able to use his new friendship to provide for his family. Like I said, patience isn't always easy. It's not always fun, and sometimes we can get upset during the time of waiting. But Joseph shows a great example of what patience looks like. He chose to be faithful and have a good spirit, and trusted that all things were going to work out. As we move on to kindness, I want you to think about, is it easy being kind? I love looking at this verse that talks about kindness, and it's Ephesians 4:32. And it says, be kind to one another. Let's talk about the golden rule. Do you know what the golden rule is? Well, it's do unto others as you would have them do to you, which means treat others the same way you want to be treated. Jesus gives us instructions on loving one another and treating everyone with kindness. Our kindness cannot be based on someone else's attitude or their actions. Kindness not only makes the other person feel good, but it makes you feel good as well. Kindness isn't always about our outward actions. When we're developing a spirit of kindness, it comes out in what we do or what we say. The more we choose to be kind, the more natural it just becomes to us to always choose kindness. Jesus gives us a great example of what kindness looks like with the Good Samaritan. It's about a Jewish man who was traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho. While traveling, he was attacked by thieves. He was robbed and beaten and left on the side of the road. Now it so happened that there was a priest walking by. Well, instead of helping him, he actually walked to the other side of the road. Now another man who was a Levite was also walking by. He also saw the man and kept on walking. He didn't stop to help him. Finally, a Samaritan was walking by and he saw the wounded man, and he actually stopped. He cleaned his wounds and put bandages on him. He also picked up the man and put him on his donkey and took him to an inn where he took care of the man. He even paid the innkeeper to take care of him the next day until he was better. That is a great example because the Samaritan showed him love, compassion, and kindness by being there for him, taking care of him, choosing to help him when nobody else would. This week coming up, think about some ways that you can be kind and some ways that other people have shown kindness to you. Until next time, heroes, bye!
Hi, Hope City Heroes, it's Teacher Missy. Wasn't that a great lesson about patience and kindness? I know I had fun. Did you have fun today? Well, until next time, bye, heroes!